Hey guys, Bobby Bollinger here, and today we'll be going over all the main series anime Pokemon. And I'll be ranking them from the worst to the best. So let's just start things off right now with number 12, Luxray. Luxray does nothing. He is nothing. He is absolutely nothing in this anime. When he comes out of his Pokeball, he's the most boring thing ever. And this is one of my most favorite Pokemon ever. And the anime did nothing for him. It's so annoying. He got one episode where we got him, and he kinda had to say that with Clement and a flashback. So he didn't even get that much in his own episode, and that was all he got. That is all he got. When he comes out of his Pokeball, I'm just thinking, oh, there's Dedenne. I wonder what she's doing. I seriously do not care what this Pokemon is doing. Luxray is just... he doesn't do anything. He has no personality. It is a worthless thing to have. And even when it comes into battle, it uses Swift. There's this big, burly Pokemon, and it's using Swift. It is so bad. They do not care about Luxray at all. It is very, very disappointing to see Luxray like this, because it's such a cool Pokemon. It could have so much more going for it. I'd like to go farther, but let's just stop here. Number 11, Talonflame. Now this is a very similar boat to Luxray. It doesn't do anything. It had, well, it did have its Moltres episode where it evolved. I didn't really like that one. It had when it was a little tiny Fletchling against a Talonflame. I did like that. It was good. That is actually immediately what puts it over Luxray, because it had a better of its own episode. And it also takes on a motherly, fatherly, I don't know, figure when they get Noibat on the scene, which is really nice, but other than those, it does nothing. It has no personality past that. It is, again, kind of a nothing. That's not as disappointing as it is with Luxray, because I like Luxrays a lot more than Talonflames. But for the anime, Talonflame's a little better, but it's still really, really bad. It's still a really, really boring Pokemon to just see. That's just really unfortunate. Now, moving on to number 10. In the top 10 now, congratulations, Braixen. Now, I really, really like Braixen's design. And it did have one of its own episode, one unfortunately, but that one episode where its stick broke was really, really good for it. That's a big part of why it's above the other two. The problem is, like the others, it doesn't have much of a personality. It has more than they do, but it's still not much. Like, it comes out and it's basically, agree with Serena! That's all it does. Now, it has its own little quirks that makes it definitely above the other two. Like, the other two are just way below everyone else. Braixen's on that acceptable stage. Because, though it did have a really, really good episode for it, that's all it has. Moving on to number 9, Pikachu. Yes, I'm going to include this, and no, it's not the worst. Now, the thing about Pikachu is, it gets a lot of screen time, and if you get a lot of screen time, eventually you're going to be an okay Pokemon. And Pikachu also has an okay personality. Now, it doesn't develop, though, at all, and that kind of makes sense, because Pikachu's been around so long, there's no development to be had, really. There's nothing it can do past relearn Volt Tackle. But other than that, there's just nothing for Pikachu to do. Again, Pikachu's an okay anime character, but there's nothing really special when it comes out. Like, you can predict everything it does. Absolutely everything. So Pikachu's okay. Now, number 8 is Noibat. I'm not sure if I would switch Noibat with Pikachu or not. It's kind of close, because Noibat has very, very little screen time. Maybe even the least on this entire roster, but it does use its screen time pretty well. I'm actually kind of interested when it comes out, and it would really be higher on this list if it weren't for its... I think it was its first real battle, which means not Team Rocket. Its first real battle, I think, was against Team Flare, and it won. And you know how to ruin the evil team? You have them lose to a Pokemon that's never even had a real battle before. That'll kill an evil team. So that part's definitely disappointing to me. If you're wondering why I'm holding this, it's because if I don't, you get that. So I'll just hold it right here. So I know that's got a lot of potential in it. That's why I kept it above Pikachu. Hopefully it does more. And it is going to do more because we're getting Noivern soon. Japan might even have it. Who knows? English dub is kind of behind. But I'll stick with that religiously. Okay. Number 7, Dedenne. Now, Dedenne is... it's just Pikachu with a slightly better personality. That's, it's just such a cheery little thing. And that's it. Okay. Number 6, Hawlucha. Hawlucha is so cool. It's like Buizel before Ash actually tried it out in battle. Before they stopped remembering that Buizel was supposed to be this powerful character. Hawlucha is a powerful Pokemon. He really is. He's such a flashy guy too, so he's really, really cool. Like, you see him and you think, oh yes. You just get excited for the battle to come. The problem with Hawlucha is no screen time. Like, phew, he's gone. Maybe he's not on Ash's team anymore? Like, I don't even think. Throughout all 9 XYZ episodes I've seen, I'm not sure he's even been let out of his Pokeball. Ash, I think he's starving in there, man. You gotta let him out. You gotta let him out sometime. Because this is a cool Pokemon, and he needs to be sewn off some more. Now, fortunately, Ash is moving on to an Ice-type gym, so we'll probably get some extra stuff there. We'll probably see Hawlucha there. It'll boost him a little bit. But for now, although he's really cool, and actually has a good personality and a little development, he does get to keep a fair position despite... not being sown. Number 5, top 5 now, is Pansam. Now, Pansam is interesting because it's just such a fun character. It really is. It's got a nice personality, and it actually kind of goes through a personality... it has depth to its personality, let's just say that. Like, remember that really, really good Breaks-In episode I talked about where the stick got broke? That's actually Pansam's best episode, without doubt. And it's also got its own episode, which is alright. I mean, all in all, Pansam is just a fun Pokemon, especially when it interacts with Chespin. That's when it shines. One reason, though, why it has to be number 5 and not higher is because that Darkrai dream really affected my perception of that Pokemon. Just what they said, it was like, oh my god, you're an idiot. It was just so annoying. It's kind of acceptable because, yeah, it's Pikachu, how Pikachu sees them, but that was unfortunate. So Pansam, despite being a fun Pokemon to have on screen, you can't get any higher than 5, okay? Now, number 4 is Chespin. This is where we get to the really good anime characters. Chespin's It's just so fun to have on the screen. It's just such pure comic gold. And it actually has some really good moments, like with the Meow Stick. That was a lot of fun. It's just there to make you happy, make you feel like everyone's having fun. It does a great job of that. And actually, my favorite moment from him is when he tries to give his Pokepuff to Eevee. And you know the guy's a glutton, so that actually means a lot. And then Eevee rejects him. Poor guy's just so crushed. And it's just like, oh, you poor guy. You just can't get anything right. He's just so much fun to see on screen. Out of all the characters in the anime, he's the one, he comes on screen. I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Nah, why he isn't farther up is because, well, fun's not everything. And he suffers from the same episode Pansam suffered from in the same exact way. That's unfortunate, but, you know, he's just a lot of fun. Now, number 3 is Greninja. You know, you want to know how I describe Greninja? It's a Hawlucha with screen time. That's basically what it is. Now, he's less flashy about things, but other than that, it's a Hawlucha who got screen time. That is all. He's cool. He's such a good fighter. It's awesome to watch him in battle. This is one of those Pokemon. That's just, you want to see that thing battling. Now, as for personality, it goes through a little bit early on, then just becomes a cool Pokemon later on. So overall, it's really, really solid. And of course, with X, Y, and Z, you know. Now, moving on, number 2 is the Pokemon who just rocks his screen time, Bunnelby. Early on in the anime, Bunnelby was literally nothing. Like, it was a Luxray who didn't have its own Origins episode. Oh my lord, this thing was hopelessly bad. But then it got screen time, and that changed everything. Absolutely everything. These are rubber bands. You'll get them too with your braces. It changed everything. He was like, the main one I remember first happening is when Bunnelby and Chespin had to go get some part for an electric generator. Just seeing him, Bunnelby, interacting with this so immature Chespin was so fun to see, because Bunnelby's just this serious guy, and that's actually a lot of why I put him at number 2, because everyone else who has a personality is actually a yay, 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 energetic kind of Pokemon, and it's a kind of like a refreshing breath of air just to see this serious, laid-back character like this super mature Pokemon Bunnelby. It's really, really nice, and a lot of why I put him in number 2, it's got to do with number 1. Speaking of which, number 1 is Eevee. Maybe it's a Sylveon over in Japan. I don't know. I don't watch the Japanese anime. I will not. I will stick with my English stuff. Thank you very much. But this Pokemon, oh my gosh, it is so awesome. Like, it's an Eevee, for one. And Eevee's just awesome. Can we get that out of the way? It's an Eevee, and that's awesome. Now, I knew it was going to be a cute Pokemon. And when I heard it was dancing, I thought, how are they going to pull that off for a quadruped? It's an Eevee, so I'll like it, I guess, but it's kind of going to look not very good. Oh my lord. Oh my god, that is so cute! That is so cute! It was just so cute when it dances. I didn't think they'd be able to do it right, but it was just awesome. Oh my god. It was so cute. And that cuteness alone, I know cuteness isn't everything, but this is intense cuteness. And on top of that, it has a personality that is working on changing. Oh my lord. It says Psy, which makes it even cuter. It gives it personality. It worked on changing that, and oh my lord, its apparent relationship with Bunnelby is awesome. They're just heavily hinting Bunnelby times Eevee, which I really, really, really hope happens. That would just be so cool, and they need to do something to make this anime even greater than it already is. Because this is probably the best Pokemon anime thus far. You know, 4X's adventures at least. This is... Eevee is a large, large part of that. I hope it gets together with Bunnelby in holy matrimony. Because that would be... if you haven't seen that couple, look for it. It is really, really strongly implied. I hope it happens. And yeah, that's a large reason why Eevee's #1, but it's not all. It's because it's a Psy Pokemon. It's trying to fit in. It's trying to become less Psy. And that's actual character development, which is different from... I mean, that's large character development that no other Pokemon has in this anime. Honestly, it's the only one who's changing that much. And that is a big, big deal. Eevee is without a doubt the #1 Pokemon, and it better get hooked up with that bunny. That better be how it evolves, because it doesn't evolve with... they don't evolve into Sylveons with friendship, they evolve with affection, heart, so love. It better not be from some freaking speech from Serena. It better be from the bunny, okay? That's my only hopes. And in retrospect, so overall, Luxray, crappy anime character. Talonflame, crappy anime character thus far for all of these. Braixen, acceptable anime character. Pikachu, okay. Noibat, okay. Dedenne, oh. Hawlucha, yeah. Pansam, yeah. Chespin, yes. Greninja, ooh, yes. Bunnelby, Eevee, oh my god, that's adorable.